Hey everyone, Johnny Trek here, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. Instead of playing Traveler's Rest, we're going to look at the next update that's going to be coming out. So for people who don't know, the developers, Isolated Games, have what's called a Trello. Trello is a project management service where you can keep track of different stages of development of your projects. So you can really use it for anything, but for the most part, it is used a lot in software development. And in this case, in use for what the developers are working on for Traveler's Rest. So the one thing we can look at, as you can see, it's kind of broken down into 5 different sections. So you have the delivered section, things that they already released. So we already saw that, they released the fishing system. So new fish, a new way to track fish, new food items or recipes using fish, new location, new NPCs, and then the digging system. And then, of course, if you kind of go back, go further down, you can see that there's the new farming system they had, the weather phenomenons, new recipes, and you can kind of keep going down and you can see like the staff and everything. So, but that's not what we're looking at. Today, we're looking at the next update section here. So the next update supposedly will add the city to the game. So that is really cool. I don't know where it's going to be placed. I don't know if it's going to be like you leave the tavern and you take one of the road, like that main road in front of the tavern, you go like one of the directions that way to get to the city, or do you go north to where the mine is? Because there is a guard that's kind of on the west side of the northern part of the map. Maybe you get to the city that way. Who knows? We don't know yet. But yeah, they're going to add the city. And with the city, they're adding new stores. So, for example, we have these stores right here. I'm going to zoom in for a little bit. You have these 2 stores right here. It looks like you have a fresh market and a grocer. So, one that sells fish and one that sells veggies, fruit, maybe even seeds. That looks like a seed packet. What would be a seed packet? So, we're not sure. But it looks like they are going to be selling different kinds of food or / ingredients that we can use in the game. So with that, they do talk about the new city. There's not a lot they have inside here. You can see the activity of how they're moving things around. But the thing with the Trello is that they don't put too much information in, which makes sense. Like you don't want to give too much away until the game actually is released. So I think actually with the fish, you can see here there's some information here. I don't know. Move card, attach. Yeah, they don't say. I don't know when this was actually added compared to the release, like this description. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, they're adding the new city. They're also adding a story element to the game. That sounds really cool. I'm very curious to see what they can do on a story-wise. I never really thought about a story in the game, so there's been small things like, you have the holiday special, so you have like the Halloween with the ghost. Not this Christmas, but the previous Christmas, they had the snowman, which had a bit of a storyline to it. You also have the bird guy. I forgot his name now. Crowley. There we go. That's like a little bit of a story with him, especially if you turn your bird into a skeleton. So that, a bit of a story too there, but for the most part, there wasn't really a lot. I guess maybe you did have a story with the new NPC, Hikari. There's a bit of a storyline in there too, and she talked about how her father, like the best fisherman, who lives in this, I believe she said he lived in the city. So, there's a little bit of story there, but I think there's going to be like a main story potentially in the game. And I think a lot of this, they might have maybe added some more information in the Discord. And of course, I'll link the Trello and the Discord in the description, if you're curious. They might have added a little bit more information in there, but I'd assume like with any dev, they probably kind of keep some of this stuff like on low because they don't want to, give too much away until it's released. So, and then they're going to add a new tutorial. What that means, I don't know. They said they want to improve the game onboarding. To achieve this, we need to rework the current tutorial and create a new one covering every mechanic and system in an approachable way. So I don't know exactly what that means, but it sounds like they want to go through pretty much everything in the game. Does that also include fishing? If that's the case, then how are we going to, are they going to change how you get your fishing pole? Or are they just going to kind of wait? Or is it just going to be everything initially with the tavern, and then things change as you progress? Who knows? But yeah, so we can look forward to a brand new tutorial system, which would be kind of interesting to see how they implement this. So whether or not that's actually going to be in the next update, it says it is, but I've seen plenty of times where developers have said, hey, we're going to add this into the game, and it may or may not be in the next release, so who knows. On top of that, they also have the new NPCs. So we have the fishmonger, the butcher, grocer, A and B, which you can go back here, you can see there's two of them right here. And then, oops, wrong one. And then you have the decorative objects dealer and May. May is a cute, fluffy, very bright-looking kitty, so I'm excited to see what May looks like, or who May is. Is May going to be an NPC, or like an actual NPC, or is it just going to be like a little animal running around, kind of like the dog here? Who knows? So the one thing that makes me I'm curious about and makes me think what the changes might include in the next update is having these NPCs. So you have an NPC for fish, an NPC for meat, and an NPC, or Cs, for grocery, meaning, judging from the photo from above, that it's going to be for fruit and veggies. So I'm curious, is the mailbox going to have a dramatic change to it? So are we not going to be able to order fruit and veggies and anything ingredient related from the mailbox anymore? Because when you look on here, you can see that there is fruit and veggies as well as a seed packet. So are we going to have to go into the city to buy these ingredients now instead of just ordering them through the mailbox? The same with the decorative object dealer. Are we now going to be able to order decorative items from the mailbox? Are they going to change it so that you can only order crafting stations and furniture from the mailbox? Is that the only thing we can do? Are they going to change it so maybe only rare items pop up? Who knows? But looking at this, I think potentially they might change how the mailbox system works. You may not be able to just order stuff from the mailbox anymore. You might have to go into the city and buy everything. So that's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong, but who knows? And with the butcher, how is that going to interact with Holly? Because right now you have Holly who gives you meat, eggs, and dairy. So how's that going to change? Is the butcher going to have more of a steady supply of meats you can get from? Since Holly is kind of her inventory changes. So what I'm kind of thinking is maybe Holly might sell ingredients throughout the week that are cheaper, but because they're not consistent, you can only buy so many of them. It's kind of like you're buying directly from the farm compared to buying from the butcher who buys his stuff through someplace else. So is Holly going to be cheaper but less reliable versus the butcher who will be more reliable but maybe more expensive? So that'd be kind of interesting. I assume the same with the fishmonger. He might have fish that maybe you can't get in the current season. So maybe if you're doing one of those orders and is asking for a specific fish, well, maybe you can't get that fish because it's out of season. So you have to go to this gentleman to buy the fish. Oh, so I wonder if that's Hikari's dad. We'll see. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the link, that's Hikari's dad right there. So, and yeah, like I said, are we going to have to go into the city to buy these items? Are they going to remove them from the mailbox? I don't know. I'm very curious to see what the new city looks like too. How big is it going to be? Like, it is a city, so maybe it might be the biggest thing in the map, like the biggest map in the game. I don't know. We only see these little like this image right here for the city. So, oops, if I click on this. So who knows? Are they actually by each other, or they just kind of put them there so you can see? I do love the artwork, by the way. So the people who do the artwork in the game, they do a good job. Like, I just really like it. Except for these coins. You can tell these coins have been copy and paste. They're the exact same asset. Which is not saying that's a bad thing, but, you know, the exact same asset right there. So, but yeah, so the city will be the next update, along with the new tutorial system and a bit of a story the release of the new story element. So I am looking forward to it. Of course, there is no information on the release date, just that it's the next update. So, and then of course we want to quickly take a look at what's going to come beyond the next update. So they said that it's soon, already working on it. So these are things that are most likely to come out after the city update. So we have a dog. I don't know how that's going to work. Are we going to be able to have a dog and a cat? Or is it going to be like one or the other sort of thing? Since the dog is running, I assume the dog is going to be maybe something you can see outside. I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of excited to see what the dog looks like, and if there's different types of dogs. So right now they only show one kind of dog right here. Curious, are they going to have different kinds of dogs, or is it just that one type? They do want to add a new talent system, an experience system, which is great. I know they have the magic, and because I don't know if it's there anymore. Is it still there? I can't remember. But they did have the magic and the social section in your skills, but it was locked. There was nothing there. So are they going to add that, or are they just going to update the current talents to something else? No, we'll see. Online multiplayer, I know they have local co-op, I believe, but it'll be great to see online multiplayer. But I think that's something a lot of people would like. I do have the new mine area. So, of course, you know, the little glacier, the poor guy who's frozen inside there. You know, what I'm thinking with the mine, what that might be, is that they might, and I think I've heard of this, they might get rid of the nodes, like the copper, the stone, the iron, and the coal nodes. They might get rid of those in the main map, since they kind of, you know, they take up room. Like room you can add other things to. They kind of take it up. So maybe they might get rid of those, or give you a way to remove them in exchange for being able to enter the mine. I assume when you go in the mine, you can access all sorts of nodes. The copper, the coal, the iron, the stone. Like, I assume you can get everything you need through there. So, who knows? Again, it'd be interesting to see what's going to happen when they come out of these updates. The city walls, which looks like with the release of the city walls, they're going to have kind of more of the poorer section of the town. So, like, you have this mischievous child, you have this trickster, you have a beggar, you have a card gambling game. So kind of like, you know, more of the I wouldn't say sketchy, but kind of the more sketchy area of the town. And they have other people they want to add a blacksmith, which I'm going to guess the blacksmith will allow you to upgrade your tools. Because right now everything's copper. Copper pick, copper shovel, copper watering can, copper axe, copper everything. So I assume it's going to be like in Stardew Valley, where you can have different tiers of tools based on the metal they're made out of. So, you know, copper being the base, then maybe going with iron. Well, then I don't know what's after that, because they really haven't introduced any other kind of metals. So who knows? Petra, who knows what Petra is? Who she is? Maybe the wife of the blacksmith? And then you have Woody, who is just... The pencil in his ear makes me think he might be some sort of... maybe a carpenter. His name is Woody, so maybe he is a carpenter of some kind. maybe you'll be able to get like upgrades to the tavern itself. If you look on here, they do so somewhere where they want to add more dining rooms. So I'm thinking like maybe you'll be able to upgrade your tavern and maybe have like different dining rooms. Maybe be able to build outside. You know, again, who knows? But yeah, it looks like he might be a carpenter of some kind. So I assume maybe something has to do with upgrading the tavern. That's what I'm guessing. And then, of course, down further in the future, we are looking at a new brewing system. Showman, new merchant NPCs. So I don't know what that means. I don't really know what kind of other NPCs they may need to add for merchant-wise. Thermal baths, I have no idea what that is. If you click on this, New World region north of the mines. Thermal baths with their own characters and quest lines related to the Goblin Camp. Oh. First we'll add the thermal baths and then later the Goblin Camp. Okay. So a new map area for the goblins, which they kind of talk about right here. We have Bill. Bill is dressed up as a beetle. I assume Bill has something to do with the insect collection. I mean, he's dressed up a beetle, you know, insect collection. I assume he has something to do with that. So the Goblin Camp, we just saw that is going to be part of the thermal baths. And then you have the cart driver. I don't know if he actually does anything, if he will do anything. Maybe he'll allow you to quickly move in between areas faster. So maybe you might be like stationed outside and you can pay him like so much money and he'll take you to some place a little bit quicker. So kind of like a fast travel system. That's what I'm guessing, but he could just be a generic NPC who is just there and you can go talk to him and that's all he does. So, and then of course, if you look at the very, very, very far future, which these may or may not be included in the 1.0 release, whenever that's going to be. So we have the insect collection, more dining rooms. They want to flesh out a main story, which we're going to kind of see in the next update. Social relationships. So I don't know if that's going to be kind of similar to like how Stardew Valley has, where you have all these NPCs and you can maybe like give them gifts and, you know, you increase the relationship with them and you become better friends. I don't know. Magic system and combat system. So you don't really have a combat system right now or a magic system. Mainly what you can do is you can just smack things with your broom. That's about it for the combat system. So I guess we'll kind of see how that turns out. Then we have the new VIP system. I don't know if that's going to, if they have anything inside there. Actually, did they talk about anything in here? No. So I assume that maybe they want to overhaul the current VIP system. Because right now you have the VIP who comes in. And I think that increases your reputation while the VIP is there. But I don't know if there's any negative or positive things about it. So, like, if your tavern is dirty, I don't think that impacts the VIP. I think the VIP is just there to increase the reputation people give you during that time. But I could be wrong. But yeah, they want to update that so that you do need to actually impress the VIP. Otherwise, maybe you might take a pretty significant hit to your rep. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool to see. Like, that would kind of give you a reason to actually stay in the tavern to make sure the VIP is happy. Because, like, right now, the VIP comes in. Okay, well, you can still leave the tavern and let the employees handle everything. But, you know, the VIP is just kind of there. So maybe this will give you a system to actually give you an excuse to stay inside the tavern to make sure the VIP is happy. So, and then of course they want to add new NPCs. So the idea is to fill the city with NPCs, each with their own stories, quest lines, and dialogues. At the moment, we're brainstorming them. So yeah, they want to add a lot more NPCs to the city. So I mean, we have a few. We do have like the miners to the north. They don't really do anything. You can talk to them, but that's about it. Of course, you have Buzz and Holly and the kids to the south. Not really a storyline there. It's just more of the merchants. You have Bob, which is a merchant. And then you have Wilson and Hikari, which And Verson doesn't really give you a storyline. He's just more of like, here, give me junk and I'll give you coins in return that you can spend with me. Hikari gives you a little bit of a storyline in terms of being able to learn how to fish, but that's about it. So that's pretty much all the. I mean, I guess we have Crowley who pops up from time to time. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the NPCs, other than like the special holiday NPCs. So, but overall, I'm very much looking forward to what the new city update is going to bring. It looks fantastic so far, but again, I am kind of curious, like, what are they going to do? Like, what is the point of these characters compared to what can you do with the mailbox? Because you get everything from the mailbox for the most part, you know, except for maybe like the milk and the meat. But pretty much all this ingredients you can kind of get from the mailbox, or you can get the seeds from the mailbox as well. So are they going to remove that and you have to go into the city to buy that stuff now? Or are they going to keep that, which probably wouldn't make sense unless like the mailbox will give you some things, but you have more of a selection while going to the city? I don't know. I mean, if anyone has any thoughts or maybe more information that I might have missed, let me know. I'd be more than happy. I mean, I'd be happy to hear what, you know, if there's going to be more than what I'm talking about in here. So, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it. There's no release date, so just I think they release it. I think they have releases like every 3 to 4 months. I want to say. Well, let's see. Let's take a look here. So we go into the news. You have the main one, which was the fishing update was in February. Before that, this was back in December, so about 2-3-ish months. What was the drinks and staff? September, October, November. Yeah, so it's about 2 to 3 months per in between updates. So if that's the case, we might potentially be getting this next update. Wait, where's the fishing update? So between April and May, we might get this update, supposedly. But again, they haven't officially announced anything, so who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But I think for now, you know, it's great to see that they have a little system here, Trello here, to show what they want to release. I get a little bit of excitement out of it. So, yeah, if you have any ideas or, you know, suggestions or ideas, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'd love to hear what people think about it. So, well, thank you everyone for joining me today, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Have a good one.